All right, good Monday morning. I'm First Warn Storm Team Chief Meteorologist Brad Panovich. It's about 10:20 in the morning right now, getting ready to talk about what's going to happen this week. It's kind of an interesting week ahead. We've got a storm system heading our way tonight that's going to bring us mainly some rain, but there could be a little bit of snow mixed in. And then we get into some cold air for your Tuesday and Wednesday. That kind of sets the stage for Thursday. This storm's been kind of flip-flopping in the models. I've been tracking it since last week. And it definitely looks like snow. It's just the magnitude of the storm has been fluctuating quite a bit. But here's good news. If you're tired of the winter weather, after this bout this week, there are all kinds of signs that we are going to turn much warmer after this storm moves through on Thursday. A couple of things we're keeping an eye on: the Arctic Oscillation and the North Atlantic Oscillation. If you've read my blogs in the past, those are the two climate predictors that have really kept us cold and snowy this winter in the eastern half of the country. Those are going through a major reversal to positive territory starting this upcoming weekend and through the rest of the month. So it's likely we're going to see an early start to spring after we get through this last hump. And there are some significant challenges in the forecast this week, and I do think both of these are going to be very winter-like in nature. But once they move through, we are going to see some dramatic changes to our cold and snowy winter. So let's get right to the model data. The first thing we're going to start off with today is taking a look at the current snowfall totals. All right, what I mean by snowfall totals is actually snow depth. This is the current snow depth across the entire nation. You can see very extensive snowpack to the north, and that's going to keep the air masses coming down out of Canada up pretty much right where you would expect them to be for this time of year, because we're not going to see much modification. Still heavy snow all over the Midwest, all the way down to Oklahoma City, parts of Arkansas, and there's snow falling here today. A little bit of snow in northeast Alabama. That's from our last system. I think this is actually doing a poor job of indicating where the snow is here in the North Carolina mountains. There's still pretty extensive snowpack, but this gives you an idea of where the snowpack is across the country right now. Let me show you what's going on right now. We're kind of in between two systems. There's an upper level system back here, a surface low trying to develop here. So while the sun is out right now, clouds are going to thicken up pretty quickly. And as you take a look at our meso analysis here, let me show you where the 500 millibar vorticity is. And you can see there's a big old short wave rotating through, and that's likely going to keep the snow at least confined to the northwest side of the mountains for tonight. But on the very back edge of this system, as it cranks up the coast, it's likely we could see a little bit of snow. Let's get into how things are going to unfold here in the next 72 hours. This is our in-house model. We'll put this into motion, and the first thing you're going to notice is system number one coming in tonight. We'll stop it right here. Here's your coastal low. Here's the upper low. This is your typical Miller B setup. We've got a low over a weak low over the Appalachians and another one developing off the coast. They're going to phase eventually, and in between these two phasing, there's likely going to be some pretty heavy snow in the mountains. I actually think this could be a 3 to 6 inch snowfall amount for some parts of the mountains. Most areas about 1 to 3. This will likely require a winter weather advisory later tonight. That's storm number one. Here's the next storm developing across the southern plains. This initially looks very potent. You see how it cranks up, and these lines right here are our thicknesses. The different thicknesses determine whether it's rain, snow, sleet, or freezing rain. Watch as this moves to the east. Now, this goes out through Thursday morning at about 7 a.m. It starts to weaken a little bit as it looks like the coastal low is going to take over. So there's going to be this jump again, this phasing with the coastal low. So we're going to get another, it looks to be like a Miller B type setup again, where this weaker low is going to transfer to the coast. And depending on when that happens and how that happens, it's going to determine how much snow we're going to see. But you notice how south of us the thicknesses are. So this is going to be solid snow. I really don't think it's a question of us seeing snow. It's really a matter if this is going to be just a couple inches or it's going to be something more significant. Here's the European model looking at the same storm. Again, system number one coming through tonight. Let me stop it right here. And notice the thicknesses drop. There could be a little snow on the tail end. Should not be a big deal. This is mainly going to be a thing for the mountains and foothills tonight where we could see some snow. We'll keep an eye on that. I think we will see an advisory for Avery, Ashe, and Watauga counties. And then let's go out into the future this week. 72 hours, 78, 84 hours. Pretty weak system here, but there is moisture and the thicknesses are well south. So here's two models indicating all snow for us, but varying on the amount. Then the system transfers to the coast pretty quickly, and then it's gone. So it's out of here very fast. So that's the system right there on our model. There's another look at it. Total-wise, it's way too early to think about it, but let's take a look at some of the sounding data. Let's look at the NAM first. We'll look at the overview here. And here's our system tonight, all snow, or excuse me, all rain for Charlotte. But notice on Thursday it has all snow. And if this was to be all snow, we're probably talking between 3 and 4 inches. But that's a big if right now. I think the moisture is going to be the crucial part. But you can see we've got pretty good snow there. And the thicknesses are definitely low enough. We've got some dry air in place initially, which means we're going to get some cooling. If I take a look at temperatures, there's above zero area pretty deep here at the surface, but that changes quickly as the precipitation starts to fall. Now let's take a look at some of the climate predictors I talked about. The Arctic Oscillation. If you're worried about this winter going on and on and on, here are signs that it's not going to happen. This is the Arctic Oscillation. Notice from November through January, it's been very negative. But look at how it's gone up positive in February, out to 7 days, 10 days, and 14 days. Very positive territory. That is coupled with the NAO, which is the North Atlantic Oscillation. Notice how negative it was from November through early February, really. And then as you look out into the future here, 7 days it starts to go positive, 10 days positive, and out 14 days positive. So all signs are pointing to a major warm-up after this storm. I hope to have some totals out for this storm, probably starting tomorrow, but we are going to see snow, it looks like, on Thursday.